The time has come. We can't be dumb. Because the time has come. The time has come. No time to be dumb. Because the time has come. It's no time to be dumb. Because the time has come. Yeah. The time has come. It's no time to be dumb. Because the time has come. There's no time to be. There's no way to be. There's no time to be dumb. Just trying to do what we gotta do. Ain't got no time then to sit back and have blue. Until I teach you and you teach me. And it is never nigga, so we all be free. We gotta go on. We gotta stay strong. And make it so with you when we making these songs. And in life too, man, we gotta make it through. Man, we gotta win a minute, nothing never ever lose. The time has come. It's no time to be dumb. Because the time has come. Brothers and sisters, yeah. I'm on this walk and I don't care, man, if you stop. But if you do, it will be okay as long as we on the righteous way. And listen to these words, man, that I say. And positive, powerful things when I lay. Cause I'ma teach you and we will not stop. And they get it out, man, on this hip-hop. My brothers and sisters, we can't suffer. I'm never looking down and keep looking upper. We gotta do this, we cannot quit. In this life, never have no fear. Cause the blessings, yeah, could be before you. And that's we gotta make it through. Ooh, yeah, you know what's in my soul. I want us to be good and stay up on the go. Cause the time has come. It's no time to be dumb. Because the time has come. And we can't be dumb. Yeah, time has come. It's no time to be, and we can't be. It's no time to be dumb. Because the time has come. Yeah, the time has come. We in the age of knowing. And if you don't know, screw yourself. Go deeper into our spirituality. Tricks are for kids. It's time to quit playing. Cause the time has come. You got no time to be dumb. Yeah.
Welcome, brothers and sisters, generals, brothers and sisters in the world online, as well as family. And welcome to another edition of EBX Discussion. And salute, to the ancestors that got many of us in that great divine space. I got that in the description on our channel, Lord Lamont Salute, which we'll be doing the show later on today. EBX and Lord Lamont show, comedy heavy hitters I've been speaking on. So look for that later on today. Should be around 3-ish. We'll say that. But thank those that's been riding along, and salute to all those that stand with it and not giving in to this punk ass devil that's lurking around out here. Got to talk down on that negative energy and keep that positive energy alive. And I want to give a salute. Of course, we're going to get into the topic as we see here, and always have like a positive intro. Kind of like what Lord Lamont and I do. We have a little positive intro before we get into the meat of the topic, and thank those that's been riding along, listening to music from myself, L'Oreal Lyrical, rest in peace and in power, and brother, Lord Lamont. My son and I, as well as my other children and family, of course, a lot of us have come a long way and got to a place where we can see, we can see clearly now. Man, and be aware as we possibly can. But I want to give a salute to I always talk about hip hop artists, and I mean all artists, male, female, brother, sister, whether you mainstream, underground, I try to hit all parts of the world, because I care about one's underground that's not mainstream, so them too. But every now and then I speak on someone we may know, and I bring up T.I. every now and then because my son and I, we can relate to T.I. and he got a new song called Trauma Bond. But if you hear the title of the song, it'll kind of throw you. But if you watch the video and listen to the song, it's wonderful. And it got him, his family, and everybody in it. That's beautiful. And that's what we need more of. Salute T.I. Stay with it, man. And many artists that has a mindset like him, and just anybody in general, brother, sister, child, family in the world online. Y'all know how I do it. Global perspective. That's why I got the globe by my name and Lord Lamont's name. Yep. And yeah, so salute to that in all artists who, again, who cares about family and, and their children and the long-term events that can happen when we make what? Right choices. So just want to salute to that. And again, that's a tribute to all artists and anyone in general, the ones that's not in the mainstream or known, because I want to hit everybody. We got people that's doing great things that maybe some don't know or see, and those are the ones that are deepest. They say still waters run deep. That's more than just a saying, but when we're serious about it and tapping into that leader and teacher and student spirit that great divine gave all of us, it's just a matter of tapping into it. We become a teacher and a leader, but never ever lose that student spirit, because that's what keep us seen, rising, and striving to teach survival skills and being ready when we don't have phones and stuff like that. Got to think about things like that. It's good, and being in a state of anticipation. Worry is a thing of the past. Paranoia, nah, it's intuition now. Our intuition is more fire now than it ever had been, so it just is what it is. Like Tupac said, I didn't make this world, I was born into this world. I didn't make it. We as the public, brothers and sisters, male, female, those who just living upright in this life, we didn't make this world the way it is, but we damn sure gonna act to it and respond, because there are a lot of those that's tired of the bullshit in this world and see it for what it is, and it's been going on for too damn long. So salute to my generals out there that's standing up for truth, their family, and just being upright and exuding expression, showing that we have a right to live free as we possibly can, mind, body, and soul. So let's get to it, brothers and sisters, which can take a lifetime, as I can attest to, as I've said many times. Light bulb didn't come on to my brain till I hit 50. That's just being honest. That's just the way it is. Every level is different. Everybody goes through their journey and their path in different ways. That's something me and Lord Lamont say all the time. Everyone has their own journey, but there comes a time, like the song in the intro, time has come for some of us. Some of us have already been there, done that, and now we're in a teaching mode, and we've took up that torch a long time ago. But it's wonderful, because what will be our righteous impact? What will those remember us for, even through the mistakes we may have made? But the righteous things that we were adamant about before we leave the lovely parts of this planet, because we gon' as generals and soldiers, we gonna leave it better than it was when we came in. That's without a doubt. Facts. Yep. So let's get into it, brothers and sisters. The beauty of balance. Now, many of us know what balance is, and I thank those riding along, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, I salute you and thank you. And that goes for brother, sister, family in the world, online, anyone that takes the time out of your day to listen to a brother EBXCARES, or Lord Lamont, or anyone I may have on this channel speaking in the future. Never know what great divine to bring along our path. As I say, folks, always has a surprise for us, especially when we're seeking and learning, and in that righteous space. It's just beautiful, but it can take practice. And again, it can take a lifetime for some of us. And again, I can attest to that. So thank those for chilling with me on the banner here and looking out to the sunshine and the beauty. And some people have homes like this, but it's good to have good vision, divine vision. As I said recently, it's beautiful. And I'm always attracted to beautiful things, and this lately, just what I've been seeing, and it's just beautiful, and just look how peaceful it is, a place where we can have still peace and or wholeness, and think and meditate and come up with the best solution possible for whatever challenge that is, and help ourselves and others if we're able. So it's a good meditative place I have on the banner, and again, we just sitting here chilling, looking out onto the sun, the beautiful water, and imagine the birds chirping. That's a beautiful sound in the morning, hearing the birds chirping and waking up, and especially whether it's a beautiful day or maybe sun ain't out yet, he's still beautiful because you hear the birds chirping and waking up, and it's just springtime is one of the most beautiful seasons, I think. Summer too, but springtime after winter, and So to me, my opinion, one of the most beautiful times of life, and when really it gets everybody in a good mood when the sun's out and makes you want to get out and do things. See, that's something the Great Divine gives us automatically. Just the beautiful weather, a sun being out. It's just how many of us, we've all have experienced that, even as a child, even when we didn't understand, overstand, or understand how beautiful days can make us feel. And again, my son and I'm gonna get to the beauty of balance. And again, thank those for chilling with me on the patio here, looking out on to the beautiful Mama Nature. So just flow with the brother, and just pretend we're sitting here having a brother and sister, or a brother and sister conversation, or a brother to brother conversation. Yep. But I'm gonna get to the beauty of balance, and as it has on the banner, the power of balance, because it goes in stages, because we have to notice the beauty of that great divine Mama Nature, life, family, beautiful things within ourselves, etc., etc. Just beautiful things in general. But it goes in levels and steps, because we got to notice the beauty of things in order to, and in one's opinion, as I say on this channel, I suggest, teach, and give advice. In one's opinion, we have to first off know the beauty, again, in life, ourselves, children, again, in general, know the beauty of balance in order to know the power of it, because it don't come easy for everybody. And being able to balance one's mental, mind, body, and soul, is also can be a test, and can be a man. It can be hard, it can be tough, it can be a challenge. It depends on the individual. But when we know what being balanced is all about, and we see the results of it, that's what make us stay committed to it and want to do more and see more and be greater. And especially when we see the results in others that may, not take our advice, but, incorporate those of us that are giving advice, or we help someone in some kind of way. It just makes us feel that much better. And it don't always have to be on this big ass scale, because as I always say, the best connection is that secret connection to that great divine, who we are in spirit when no one's around. That's how we build that strength and that momentum, and it automatically, it just vibrate, when we go around others that are seeking to do better in their lives, and it's wonderful. Again, when we step into a divine world, it's just, when we just an adventurous person, in general, seeking things and exploring, and, just think about those who like to hike. I don't like to hike or nothing like that, but that's a person that has an adventurous mind, a person that go camping and, hiking and stuff like that. That means that person has an adventurous mind. And that's a good quality, actually, because it leads to great things. And again, some of our greatest inventions and things that I'm talking about, good things that, that has been invented in his life, came from a person who was just had a very good vision, an idea, because everything in this world stemmed from an idea. But let's separate the toxic from the righteous. Just think of all the great, wonderful things that a lot of people, that life's got better because of a righteous invention. So that's the great part of life. When we have learned from someone that has invented something or idea that helped us. Like I see some of these now. I know we have thousands of ads and we see ads all the time, but some of these things I be seeing are useful. That, like, I seen this ad for these new glasses that they got that, I haven't tried it, but if it's real and, and it's pretty cheap too, it is. And it's new glasses they got where you don't have to really go to the eye doctor anymore. You can order them, and they say you can wear them, and they also they come with tint. So when you go into the sunlight, they automatically tint it. I guess, for those who have, because my eyes, I wear glasses. So, and they said you won't have to, because I got on how many pairs of reading glasses, and they said it cut all that out. So that's the good part of having a good idea or creation or invention, because everybody need glasses. That's in high demand, for reading, and the glasses they're like you can use them for multiple things. You don't have to switch off and put another pair on. They for everything. The sunlight we see in the phone, and they help with UV light, if I'm saying that right, the blue light and all that stuff. It protects your eyes from that too. So I'm gonna check into it. I'm gonna see if I can order some if there's some left, because I know they're high in demand and they're real light, and they're stylish. I think anyone could wear them, male or female. So things like that, things like that is what come from good balance in one's mind, knowing the beauty and the power. But I want to go through the stages of it, because first we're going to speak on, I want to say, divine beauty of balance. Now, we have a natural balance, but a divine, seeing everything through a divine vision, it's just a little different. When one has just got that great divine in everything, and even through the hardships, and I always say up times, down times, happy times, sad times, have that good quality spirit within. Never let nothing take our joy within. Love, good character that we have went through, some of us, blood, sweat, and tears, pain, to get to a good character in ourselves. And because again, I always like to say, we correct the human flaws. We work on it, because that's the practicing, that's the valley, on our human flaws and our character, and and practice on keeping ourselves aligned with our mind, body, and soul. The deep spiritual will come, because again, a righteous seeker, divine things always come. Like I always use looking up words as an example, when we're exploring, researching, and to have good ideas to, whether it's for health reasons, or something to a topic we want to speak on, or we're researching something for the mind, body, and soul. It just leads from one divine thing to the next, and you have all these aha moments and results, brothers and sisters. That's what we truth say, and speak on health and give advice for results to benefit us, I would say, generations in decades to come, generations to come. That's what we do it for. At the end of the day, that righteous ripple effect, we got, like they do, like Bruce Lee did in the movie, once you drop that pebble, and that righteous pebble, and we just watch those ripples. But we got to learn to accept the small ripples, because great divine won't promote us if we were not ready. Let's shine through that great divine. It's just so much better, and it feels better when we earn what we work for. I'm not just talking about jobs, but that's part of it too, because we all have had jobs. But when we work for what we got, and we earn for what we have, and be appreciative, man, I'm telling you, great divine will show up and show out in our life as well as Mama Nature, and have us chilling like the banner here, like just having a discussion about good qualities of life, fun things, and joy too, but things that'll keep us stable, and noticing the beauty of balance. And again, I'm gonna go through stages, because again, we got to notice the beauty of balance in order to embrace and have the power of balance, because it ain't easy. It's easier said than done, so I like to be positive, but we got to be a realist too, because especially in these times where I always say things coming at us at all angles, if not every angle. So we better learn that power of balance. I'm talking about a natural balance, not nothing that we're trying to flip into something that's against natural principles. You can try to go against nature all you want, and natural things. You can try to do it all you want and make it look good, and let me see, try to make it look all good, and convince yourself and do all that. People need to stop taking the real God now. Stop taking God for granted. Real talk, and really pay attention to what great divine really mean. Has known us since birth, so has made us, created us through our parents, but through that great divine. Yep. So of course I got a hip hop break, and yep. And again, salute to T.I. and a new song he made called Trauma Bond. And again, that title will throw you, but go check that song out and watch the video. And it got like a band in it, a marching band, which is awesome, and it's just wonderful, and I love it, man. I want him to stay with that energy, with his family, and represent his family. Real talk. And I call that, with him and many brothers and sisters, that Pharaoh and Nefertiti energy. We need it, Devil won't stand a chance against Pharaoh and Nefertiti energy. Ponder that. All right. So again, we got a hip hop break, and let me see, and let's get to the first stage of beauty of balance. Remember I said the beauty of balance, which is the title, and the banner is, that's when we step into the power of balance. Again, I suggest, teach, and give advice. I want to come off like I'm an expert in this area. I'm going off strictly spirit experiences and maybe some teachings I've gotten along the way. You know what I'm saying? Some jewels that's in my divine mental file. You know, it's wonderful when great divine can just, when we flowing right and doing what we're supposed to do, great divine will just drop stuff in our spirit. We don't even know where it come from. Just flow with it. You know, if it's righteous, flow with it. And that's one of the songs actually in a hip hop break. You know, I think it's called, actually it's a song, I entitled it twice. It's called when you throw the righteous to the wolves, they come back leading the pack. Then because I uploaded it twice, and then the other title was righteous is where it's at, because so, but this one, it's the same song but different title. But righteous is where it's at all day long. At the end of the day, because what Lord Lamont and I always say, that full circle of life will always and forever come back around, whatever choice we make. So always go back to the individual's core. All right, let's talk about the first stage of the beauty of balance. Now, we know the traditional balance, but I'm talking about a divine beauty of balance. Let's go with just one little summary. This is the first stage, noticing the beauty of balance, because it come in what? Signs, synchronicities, deja vu, dreams. It can come through people, person, place, thing. I'm talking about righteous things. All right, first stage, the divine beauty of balance represents a sacred harmony between opposing forces such as light and dark. Let's see, Lord Lamont just texted me. He already told him what the topic was he just texted me about what the topic is, but I get to that. I get to him in a minute. All right, the divine beauty of balance represents a sacred harmony between opposing forces such as light and dark, action and rest, or spirit and matter, creating a perfect, orderly existence. It is a universal principle, emphasis on universal principle, reflecting inner peace or wholeness, spiritual alignment, emphasis on alignment, and this is a funny word, aesthetic, aesthetic symmetry, symmetry, aesthetic symmetry. If I said that wrong, forgive me. Often seen as the essence of that great divine. Now, think of the things that are not natural. That's that's not natural. Just if you gotta force something and make something, because okay, put it like this. In Mama Nature's world, everything flows freely and naturally. Now, many of us powerful philosophers, we all say that there's no friction and none of that. Now, what happens when you mix oil with water? Whether it's a little bit of oil or a lot of oil, eventually it's not going to mix. So that's how I look at unnatural things. It could be subtle, it could be aggressive, but no matter what one displays in front of the world, it's that inner core. If you had a little oil mixed with your water, so to speak. I'm speaking in code. And this is go back to what I said earlier about taking God for granted, the real God. Now, a great divine is a loving force, as well as Mama Nature will allow things. Oh yeah, for a long good time. But one thing I always say, brothers and sisters, for people who say God gave us free will, we take that too far and a little the wrong way. Oh yeah, it sure does, because it loves us through everything, our faults and who we are. It loves us through it, but it also gives us what, folks? Consequences, and the consequences aren't for an accident, because if you go against the natural principles, it stagnates, it confuses things. So that's what oil and water is. Natural life exists for a reason. It's not an accident. That's why, think about it, how the seasons flow. It's nobody illustrating how the seasons go, how nature is. It does it on its own. There's no one instructing the animals and telling the birds to chirp in the morning and and make animals come close to, because again, animals have intuition too. That's why certain people can draw energy. And I've seen clips where squirrels even approach human beings and stuff like that. So that's the flow of nature. And there's no person standing on the podium and, okay, birds, you chirp. All right. Animals, go tromp in the water. No, everything is just free flowing. There's no law. I mean, I'm talking about man's law. Telling got to be here, and there's no clock in and no clock out. That's what natural life was meant to be. Of course, Great Divine know all the other things that man would put on this planet, but it also put a righteous spirit in each and every one of us. And it also gave us what? A choice. So that's what it comes down to. See, again, people get this God free will, take it the wrong way. Yeah, God, the real God now, it gave us free will to be free in his life and not be held in no cage in our mind. It gave us free will to do that. But once one goes against nature and think something toxic is normal, then that's when it's a problem. Even if it don't look like a problem, again, it could be a little bit of oil or it could be a lot of oil, but sooner or later, as I always say, my son and I say, that circle will go around. So if you're doing, especially if you're doing demonic things, as I said, Great Divine and Mama Nature is the author of Patience and Time. I said it a lot. Oh yeah, Great Divine will allow something to happen for a long, long time. But the longer one ignore the consequence, and they know in their heart, because only we know when we're by ourselves. It don't matter what we present to the world. That's anybody. That's one of the things about the Great Divine. Oh yeah, it allows something to happen for a long, long time. But only we'll know how we feel, if it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter what the public say, even though we got some righteous warriors out there in general, salute, that's tapping in to their inner warrior, researching and know the deal. But Great Divine is just sitting back and just shaking their head. Actually, it hurts that Great Divine, to be honest, and Mama Nature. When one was born to be something and they go against it, that's like spitting in that Great Divine's face. Real talk. So, because the Great Divine care about us more than we care about our own selves. So, go against nature all you want. Again, whether it's a little oil or a lot of oil. That analogy I used a little while ago. So. Yep, all I know is when I go against anything that Great Divine has for me, he don't play that force don't play with me. It set me straight. Real talk. So, but it's a good thing, Great Divine and Mama Nature is like parents, It want us to be free and flow and have good fruit, not bad rotten fruit, because bad rotten fruit, it stinks. Whether you can smell it a little bit in the beginning or later on, but sooner or later it's gonna stink. Yeah, because as we all say, we see who we are as a human being, individual, where we online or in the world, by the fruits we bear. So it is what it is. That's something we can't override. We can't override or outmaneuver Mama Nature or that Great Divine. I don't care how much money we have, what position we're in, who we think we are. Anytime we think we can outthink God or that Great Divine or Mama Nature, we're a damn fool. And it's sad because we pass that toxic way onto our children and so on and so forth, when one isn't right, and that old mental, So that's the first part, knowing the beauty of balance and how important it is. I'm talking about splitting, masculine from the feminine. We can never mix the two, because again, whether it's sooner or later, there will be complications down the road. I'm sorry, you can't override that, whether the world see it or not. Those who are going against nature and doing things they know not right in their soul, they going through it. Because one thing I say about demons, the demons attack the shit out of you. Real talk, because that's what they do. Yep. So I say righteous is where it's at. What's gonna be in the song in the hip hop break. So that was the first stage. We got to notice the beauty of balance, to empower it, to know the power of it. So that was stage number 1. And when I come back from a hip hop break, we're gonna go to stage number 2, which is stepping into the divine power of balance. When we step into that spiritual realm, The first part was kind of it wasn't really spiritual, just knowing nature and, and being aware of our human body. And then we stepping over into the spiritual, where it gets powerful, where sometimes we'll either speak on or see things. Sometimes great divine to bring along our path, or we'll see just ourselves. I don't know, just don't understand, overstand, or understand. That's why we meditate and speak and, and get in one spirit and think about things to the depths of our thoughts and come up with the best solution possible. But everyone has a choice at the end of the day, whether we aligned with Mama Nature and that great divine or we go against it. Everyone has a choice, because that consequence is going to come. No money, no fame, none of that is going to stop it. So great divine and Mama Nature is in control all day, every day. Some people just don't get that, but they will. Yep. All right. Let me get to this hip hop break. Let me see. Lord Lamont text me. Let me see. He texts me. Topic. Topic. He be typing so fast. Sometimes I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna type him. I'm literally texting Lord Lamont now. Comedy. I guess he forgot. I told him comedy heavy hitters. Let me see. I'm texting him. Comedy heavy hitters. Yeah, Tracy. Excuse me, y'all. I'm texting Lord Lamont before I get to this hip hop break. Yeah, he gonna be over here later. Because I told him we was gonna do a tribute to brother Tracy Morgan, which really touched my heart, man, when I heard him speak in an interview. Yep. So I gotta give brother. He gonna be on the banner and everything. And the show he did on Def Comedy Jam when he had on the propeller. Yep. The propeller hat, yeah. When he first started, he didn't give a damn. I'm telling you, Tracy Morgan was confident right off the bat. Yep, let me see. See, I'm telling them Tracy Morgan and others. See, I just texted him. All right. Yep. Because he likes to Lord Lamont likes to text me ahead of time so he can kind of get a head start, because he like look up stuff so he can kind of already have something in his psyche and his spirit when he gets here. Yep. So that's why he likes to ask me ahead of time. All right, let's get to this hip hop break, brothers and sisters. Again, thank those that's been riding along. Forgive me for the pause. And salute to all the righteous content creators out there, my underground brothers and sisters that ain't playing, speaking that truth. Yep, because we better know thyself. We must know myself. Know thyself, So that's actually the first song. The next one is Righteous is where it's at. But the first was, I played this song before. Yep. Better know thyself, brothers and sisters, So, and that's on the walls of Kemet, As I say, study Pharaoh, Nefertiti, study them times. It can help us now. I'm telling you. Yep. Our historian, we had some historians that was some righteous beasts. Real talk. Had wicked entities, scared of them. All right, be back after this. Better know thyself.
Before you know anybody else, know yourself.
Gotta know thyself. If you wanna live well, you better know thyself.
Self.
Or you be living in hell.
You got to know thyself. If you wanna live well, you gotta know thyself.
Let go.
Pay attention to your soul. We gotta stay bold and be freaking wise, young or old. It's not what you got, it's what you know. And this is for my sisters and my bros. A high vibration, a never ever low. And go within, it's psychological. Protect your spirit, sometimes say no. Because this world
Treat you like a hoe.
Know thyself. If you wanna live well, you got to know thyself. As you be living in hell, you got to know thyself. If you wanna live well, you better know thyself. Take care of your family. When you get rich, make sure
sword that we all eat. It's the way in this life it's supposed to be. Don't be playing no games. To the top is a aim. I must protect, yeah, our name. Many people dying, and it's a damn shame. I manifest the power, that's what I campaign. I meditate, don't debate, and stay sane. And don't be done, and shine like the sun. Sun, know thyself. Yeah, if you wanna live well, guess what? Yeah, I got to know thyself. You be living in hell.
You be living in hell.
You better know thyself.
Better know thyself.
If you wanna live well, better know thyself. You be living in hell.
You be living in hell.
I got to know thyself.
Got to know thyself.
If you wanna live well. My brothers and sisters, know thyself. Go within, and you will get everything you need in this life. One, stay true.
Real talk. Got to know thyself. That song is 2 years old. Yep. Yeah. That's what Lord Lamont says. Like, dang, Pops, you sure made a lot of songs. I just start spitting them out, Again, I get the beats from Rap Fame. Again, salute to the beat makers on there, male or female, and the artists. Rap Fame is a app and Play Store. So that's where I get a lot of my beats from. Just putting that disclaimer out there. Not trying to get paid or nothing. Just putting out some hip hop and R&B music overall. Energy. Yep. So next song, remember this song, I titled it twice. I've uploaded it twice. One, because it's different pictures on the banner and thumbnail. One got a tiger on it. The other one, I think I had a picture of, it showed like some men and soldiers on the banner or something like that. One is called Throw Us to the Wood, We Come Back Leading the Pack, righteously. And this one is Righteous is Where It's At. So same song, two different titles. All right, so be back after this. Righteous is Where It's At all day long. Back after this, Bell Breakers.
Yeah, my generals, let's go. Righteousness is where it's at. Throw us to the wolves and we back leading the pack. Oh, righteousness is a brother where it's at. And throw us to the wolves and we're back leading the pack. Salute, it's Brother E up on his beat. You know I'm out here watching for the inner peace. Better go within and you never get the E. I don't give a damn about no devil, man, my mind is free. And I got my children deep within and my family. I never stop in my soul on this hip hop. I got my fist up in the air, love everywhere. And I don't care, in this life sometimes it ain't fair. That's why I stay with that divine, making sure we fine. And yeah, we going smooth, never will we ever grind. And I will see that ain't no devil ever bring me down. Cause I'm so strong and I'm standing on this firm ground. Woo! Oh, righteousness is where it's at. And throw us to the wolves and we back leading the pack. Oh, righteousness, brother, is where it's at. Throw us to the wolves, we're back leading the pack. They've been through some things, that's why I'm not insane. I do my thing while I stay up in my lane. A soul, yeah, that's here how I go. And I stay up on this mic and in my divine to make me a pro. But you can do this too and go with and always be true. Man, we ain't gotta lose. My sisters and my brothers and all of my dudes, we never take it down, cause we do what we gotta do. And that's why we here. Got no time for the fucking fear. And yeah, keep that love here everywhere. I got my fist, I hold it straight up in the sky. I gotta tell the truth. Fuck hate and lies. Woo! Oh, righteousness is where it's at. Throw us to the wolves and we're back leading the pack. A righteousness, brother, is where it's at. And throw us to the wolves and we're back leading the pack. Real talk, no matter what entity try to do to us. When you strong, connected, you in that divine zone. You throw us to the wolves, we come right back leading the pack. Salute! Yeah! Oh, righteousness is where it's at.
Real talk. Throw us to the wolves, now we're back leading the pack. Real talk. Yep, that's what's up. And that pack is our family. You know, that's what that is representation of our family. You know, our warriors. That's in our loyal warriors. That's in our circle. Be thankful for those who ride along with us. Man, there's so much turmoil, and we hear that word chaos a lot. And man, so I'm telling you, it goes back to the circles we run in, what we view, what we like, and how we are in the core will determine the circles we run in, you know, or what we spew out to the world. All right, so let's get back. We did the first stage of noticing the beauty of balance. Now we're going to get into the power of it, you know, because we develop a power of balance over time. But again, as I said, it can take a lifetime. But let's get into it. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. And again, that song in the intro is what we're going to outro with. The time has come. You know, one of my Lord Lamont liked that song. He likes the little banjo in it. Yeah, I like different instruments. It's just wonderful. You know, we can draw energy from all kinds of genres of music and, you know, instruments, percussions. And, you know, that's what I liked about Prince. Rest in peace and in power. Prince was educated about just about every instrument, and he knew how to play all of them. You know, the dude was a musical genius, real talk. Not just him, it's many of us, you know. The appreciation of music, you know, have fun with it. As I said, I think yesterday on the podcast, I did on Brother Baby Bash and Akon. You know, I did a tribute to them brothers, one of my favorite songs. So I'm sure everybody liked that song. Speaking of universal, you know, hip hop and R&B, yep, universally powerful, real talk. All right, so let's get into we went through I call that the first step. The first stage is noticing the beauty of balance and how we can have it and how it brings good results in our life and those we are connected to, as I say, ourselves, children, family, significant other, brothers and sisters within our realm. All right, let's go. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. We stepping into the second phase of noticing the beauty of balance. Let's go. Okay, now the divine power of balance is a cosmic spiritual. Now we stepping into the spiritual world. We know once we learn our body, our human flesh and the natural things, now we stepping into the spiritual realm. All right, let's go. The divine power of balance is a cosmic, spiritual, and natural, emphasis on natural principle of harmony, merging opposing forces, just like I said in the other one, but these are different forces, you know, as they say, new level, new devil. Merging opposing forces like masculine and feminine, light and dark, which those are really being blurred in these times. And a lot of us are speaking on this. And like I was just saying a little while ago about the oil and water thing. I mean, again, you can make it look good on TV and present it to the world, but behind the scenes, you're gonna have to deal with them demons. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, we can't mix the two. It can't. It's impossible. That is not what Great Divine made nature out to be. All right. Opposing forces like masculine, feminine, light, and dark. Action, rest to maintain cosmic order and life, divine life. It acts as a restoring force seen in nature. Spiritual practice, emphasis on spiritual, righteous, spiritual practice, and physics that brings harmony to our divine life. Because again, when you go against nature, all you're doing is giving yourself anxiety and you giving yourself burdens. You put burdens on yourself when you try to mix masculine energy with feminine energy in a toxic way. Okay, now you have laid a burden for yourself, and you put that same burden on your children to come. Because what some folks that do toxic things while they're on this earth, especially parents, when they leave this earth, who you think is going to be left with that burden? You know what I'm saying? People don't fucking think about that shit. That's why I say people take this God free will thing too far in the wrong way. They don't think in the long term strategy. And that is the third phase of the power of balance. Remember, the first phase is noticing the beauty of it. You know, how can it benefit us and our children and our futures? You know, real talk. Because it goes back to how educated we are about our body and things to come. You know, got to anticipate the future because it's going to come. Yep. So first step, noticing the beauty of balance, divine balance. And then the second stage, developing the power of it and maintaining it and keeping it and don't leave no cracks for the devil to get in. I mean that. That's a second stage. We develop that power. We keep it. We learn how to sustain it and how to express it to others, our children. Gotta outsmart this new generation. I told my son Ethan mother that. Gotta be outsmart them. Gotta outthink them. As long as we're teaching them and guiding them in the righteous direction, nothing tainted, blurred, toxic, none of that crap. Because when we're gone, again, they're going to be left with the burden. All right. Parents really need to think about that kind of stuff. And this for me too. All right. Third stage, we stepping into the strategy. Now we know the regular human definition of strategy, but we're going to attach divine to that word strategy. Okay. Now we know what that word means. But we're going to put it in our subconscious. All right, let's go. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. We're going to say divine. Now I'm going to read the definition and as we do, add in the spiritual aspect. All right, let's go. Strategy is a comprehensive long-term emphasis on long-term plan designed to achieve specific goals by allocating resources and building competitive advantage. And we're talking about righteous competitive advantage against devilish things that come through person, place, thing in this world. All right. It defines where to play and how to win, focusing on unique activities rather than just operational effectiveness. Effective strategies align actions to bridge the gap between current positions and desired future. So you're breaking the gap when you go against natural, whether you see it right away or you see it later. Because again, things we see in the media, people going against, the masculine and feminine thing. I'm speaking in code. Just because you don't see it right away, don't mean you won't see it later. And again, what's sad is I'm kind of speaking on some celebs and anybody else that's running with this narrative. You're only putting the burden on your children and their children and so on and so forth. So that's the real reason why we don't go against Mama Nature and we do righteous in the present, because it will and forever always benefit us in the future, hands down. So if we care about our children when we're no longer on this planet, we might want to watch what we do while we're here, so because they're the ones going to have to live with the burden. Real talk, and their kids and grandkids. So you might want to think about mixing masculine energy with feminine energy. Again, it's like oil and water. Whether it's a little oil or a lot of oil. I said that a couple times, but just want that to sink in. No pun intended. Yeah, but real talk. And I mean, you can see it play out, and getting to the core of things, and why certain behaviors in some of these celebs and why they do what they do. It's like, wow. It's like, man, it's unbelievable. It's unreal, but be thankful for those of us that have stable children in our life and stable warriors around us that know this matrix for what the fuck it is. And again, don't get that devil no crack, not even a teeny tiny crack in our armor ever, and make us be the masculine men we were meant to be and the feminine women that women were meant to be, that nothing like a woman. I'm telling you, that feminine touch, the smell, and the way they're built, how great divine made them. It's nothing more beautiful than the female. I'm sorry. It's beautiful, and I tell my son Ethan's mom, I tell her all the time how beautiful her skin is, or pretty. I still do. I haven't called her that in a while, but I used to call her pretty brown. She has really pretty brown skin. She's pretty. She always smells good, and just ain't nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. And we want our young warriors to experience that. The real beauty of the female, real talk. It when you really appreciate our sisters and the female body, it just makes it that much more better when we're not toxic. And we do notice the beauty of balance, and we start developing the power of it. We maintain it, and share it to our sisters and our children and brothers and sisters. Balance it's a beautiful thing, but again, it can take a lifetime. It takes a lot of practice and staying away from things and get into ourselves every so often. Those solitude moments, solitude strength, man, is what build a soldier, a warrior, and then a general. Real talk, because life goes in stages. Getting to a place where we can think in a balanced way. Again, it's easier said than done, but once we do, those results, brothers and sisters, that's what'll keep us committed to a righteous life. Righteous is where it's at, like that song. All right, I want to read a page from my book, but before I get to that, calm in the storm breeds great strategy, as I just read. Because when you calm in the middle of the so-called chaos, we can see a solution. We don't let things pull on us and have us worrying and all stressed out, and doing things that burdens us, that goes against great divine principles. Again, you're just putting burden on yourself and anxiety. People just have no idea when they entangling with that demonic shit and devil shit. They have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, but when they do, it's probably too late. Real talk. So, be calm in that righteous storm, and it breeds a divine strategy. The art of divine war. I did a podcast on that, and keep our spiritual zone on lock and pay attention via children, ourselves, family, significant other. Keep our loved ones, those that are warriors in our corner. Keep it on lock. Real talk, because it's far and few. As we know, keep them in spirit. Brother, sister, family in the world, online, a global perspective. All right. Now I want to read a page from my book, and I'm gonna salute your divine war zone to your divine life. It's a page from my book called Solitude Strength. And I said on a recent podcast, I was going to read page 9, and it was 3/28/26. And it was a day I was volunteering at Ethan's school. Salute to Ethan and his siblings and students, his classmates and stuff like that. I've been volunteering coming up on 4 years. So it's great, man. Giving back. It's great. Yep. Solitude Strength. So I'm going to read a book from it. As Lord Lamont said on when we did that father and son discussion about Joseph Bologna. At the end, he was like, read that novel, sing that song, and live our life. I think that was what he said. Make the best of our life. Tap into that great part of ourselves. I think that's what he said at the end. He said, sing that song, write that novel, play that guitar. Yeah, Lord Lamont, he's come a long way too. We'll be speaking. We gonna laugh and have some fun later on. All right. Solitude Strength, page 9. Again, 3/28/26. I like dating it. And I want to give a salute to Sister Nefertiti Aset Ra, a sister that I connected with on Facebook that inspired me to go deeper into Pharaoh and Nefertiti energy. So you'll see us here on the podcast. I did one I didn't really go in deep on Pharaoh, but he was part of it, the podcast. But it was kind of a tribute to Nefertiti because she was powerful, man, deep. And Pharaoh was deep too. And man, the relationship they had was just awesome. So she inspired me to do that. And she talked about sun gazing and stuff like that. So salute to that sister. Salute to the warriors we get jewels from, whether it's our children, family, brother or sister, because we can get a jewel from anywhere. A righteous jewel for listening. We receiving, receptive. All right. So, and many of our great philosophers will tell us to get in nature. Real talk. That's the core of our energy sometimes. Yep. Because when I gave a salute to Red Man when he was doing pull-ups, exercising, guess where he was? He was outside. All right. And again, many martial artists that we see exercising, where are they at? Outside. Okay. That's not by chance or an accident. They're connecting with nature, and that's what a lot of wicked entities that I don't want us to see that part of ourselves, because we won't need them if we do tap into our inner power. Yep. Let's go. All right. Again, salute to Sister Nefertiti Aset Ra. I love that name. Yep. Okay. Because she dropped that idea in about sun gazing. I got that from her. All right. We're going to start reading the pages. Leaders and teachers, student spirit on my page. Page 9. Let's go. Solitude Strength. Something I wrote myself. Okay, this is EBXCARES thoughts. Start our day with a sun gaze. That's from Nefertiti Aset Ra. With a sun gaze, if we are able, if we're fortunate to be able to, depending on where we're at, kind of life we're living, if we're by a park or open field or in a place where it's showing sunshine. All right. Start our day with a sun gaze if we're able. And always meditate and to stay centered. That's a must. Challenges, they will come and may come, but we're ready because we've centered ourselves. We practice this. When we focus on centering our mind, body, and soul, every day, every morning, every day will become spiritually invincible. It will become seventh nature, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, seventh nature. Train our spiritual mind to have our own thoughts from our subconscious, train our spiritual mind to have our own thoughts from our subconscious. Only great divine can shape our thoughts. If we are listening, some amazing things can come about, as well as the bad stuff. Yep. But after days and years of divine meditation, bad stuff no longer exists, because we get to the root of who we are, and what our purpose is in life. And that's small scale, big scale. We got to stop looking at social media and all that. We got to look at what Great Divine has for us right where we are. Again, Great Divine will take us from one thing to the next. If we just listen to our divine spirit, that gut feeling, that intuition, that gift Great Divine gave us, all of us. My favorite, okay, go back, because we get to the root of who we are and what our purpose is in this life. Okay, I'm talking about me. My favorite color is red, which is the root chakra. And I think that's why I used to have challenge with, lusting after women, and my color is red and it deals with the root. So we know where the root is. But I've conquered that challenge. But we don't know we've conquered something unless we're faced with it. And trust me, I've had many tests and challenges along the way. Even me and Lord Lamont have discussed it. But when we practice and stay on it, it becomes seventh nature. We know what it is. We see it before it even comes. That realm, we get like that, but we got to meditate daily. Yep. Okay. My favorite color is red, which is the root chakra, the connection to the earth. Study our chakras and become a powerful being, generals for generations to come. Study our chakras. I always said, you want to get to know yourself on a high spiritual level, study our chakras. And because our chakras applies to music, what we see, hear, and feel, our emotions. Our chakra ties into all of that, because scientific things, physical things, it all plays a part in the body, mind, body, and soul. One can't work without the other, real talk. So that's why we can't mix things, masculine against feminine. You're going to have problems. There's going to be consequences. You can't get around that, but to each is his own. But, okay. Yeah, but that was it though. That was some things I had in one spirit, and just wanted to send a little inspiration. Again, look for the father and son discussion later on today, around 2ish or 3ish. Yep. And thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX discussion. Just wanted to speak on the 3 stages of noticing the beauty of balance, and then having the power of it and maintaining it, because I always say, it's good to get to a place where we're positive and we're stable, but it's things we have to study and stay on to maintain it. Don't get to it. We got to keep that up. Like I say, can't get the devil no crack, not even an itty bitty seat in our armor at all. Real talk. So, because again, we have those we are connected to. Again, ourselves, children, family, significant other, brothers and sisters in our realm. So. Yep. So, because a true warrior, a true general, divine general, that is, we care about those of us that's standing on that divine truth. We care about our behavior. It's not that we trying to impress nobody, nothing like that. We care about being mindful of how we affect others. So each is his own. But being righteous has its rewards, has its benefits. It has its challenges, but it also has its benefits. Like keep us looking younger, keep our mind in the right direction, you stay out of a lot of trouble. You know, you stay away from chaos and confusion. There's no drama, little stress, no stress at all. So there's actually the benefits override the challenges. So, but one has to be willing, you know, and not be swayed and taken in by glitz and glamour and things that we know in our gut aren't right, but do it anyway, you know. So like I said, those who are, I'm speaking on celebs, and maybe those who do have some kind of who are toxic and have a status, you know. If you have children, you're only gonna put the burden on them, you know, when you're not on this planet. So people need to think about that. Yep, but I keep it positive and keep it real, you know, like the teachers I've come across, whether it's family, brother or sister in the world, online. So that's something I had, and stay strong out there. And again, we're gonna outro out with the song we intro in with. And like the song says, the time has come, no time to be done, you know. Cause like I said, I ain't the perfect person, and I'm the king of solitude. I'm not gonna lie, but I always keep a family spirit, and you know, I don't like to see people go through struggle and make wrong decisions. I've been there. I've been down and out. I know what it's like. So I know what it's like to struggle, you know, and that's why I always call out protection from that great divine for ourselves and from ourselves. So we never, ever become our own worst enemy. And brother, sister, family in the world, online. And, you know, do what we can to explore beautiful things in life, nature being one of them, knowing our divine spirit. And, you know, just, man, keep on noticing the beauty of balance. And then we step over and, we step over into, man, it's just beautiful, man. When one finally is balanced, mind, body, and soul. But again, it can take a lifetime. It takes practice. It takes staying aware. As I said, keep our loving circle on lock. Keep our spiritual zone, our divine zone on lock. And those who are in it, I mean that. Real talk. And again, protect our power of balance. Salute.
The time has come. We can't be dumb, because the time has come. The time has come. No time to be dumb, because the time has come. It's no time to be dumb, because the time has come. Yeah, the time has come. It's no time to be dumb, because the time has come. There's no time to be, there's no way to be, there's no time to be dumb. Just trying to do what we gotta do, ain't got no time then to sit back and have blue. Until I teach you, and you teach me, and it is never nigga, so we all be free. We gotta go on, we gotta stay strong, and make it so it's true when we making these songs. And in life too, man, we gotta make it through, man, we gotta win a minute, man, and never ever lose, you know. The time has come. It's no time to be dumb, because the time has come. Brothers and sisters, yeah, I'm on this walk, and I don't care, man, if you stalk. But if you do, it will be okay, as long as we on the righteous way. And listen to these words, man, that I say, and positive, powerful things when I lay. Cause I'ma teach you, it will not stop. And they get it out, man, on this hip-hop. My brothers and sisters, we can't suffer, I'm never looking down, and keep looking upper. We gotta do this, we cannot quit. In this life, never have no fear, cause the blessings, yeah, could be before you. And that's we gotta make it through. Ooh, yeah, you know what's in my soul. I want us to be good and stay up on the go, cause the time has come. It's no time to be dumb, because the time has come. And we can't be dumb, yeah, time has come. It's no time to be, and we can't be. It's no time to be dumb, because the time has come, yeah. The time has come. We in the age of knowing, and if you don't know, screw yourself. Go deeper into our spirituality. Tricks are for kids. It's time to quit playing, cause the time has come. You got no time to be dumb, yeah.